Hi, it's been a while since I've been here. I've been taking care of a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'm here now, and I'm getting ready to start a new project within my YouTube channel. You know, before I mentioned that I am not ready to retire because I have nothing to fall back on, and I need to work. I just don't have anything saved. So I need to figure out what to do. And Social Security will kick in 10 months. I turned 66 this month. And so at 66 and 10 months, I can collect all my Social Security and I can still work and I don't have to worry about an income limit. But I don't want to work full time forever. I would like to relax a little bit now. Actually, thank you very much. So I'm trying to figure out something I can do that will make up the difference of what Social Security is going to give me and from what I need to to live on. What I want to do is some sort of part-time freelance tech-related work, because that's what I do now is tech-related work, but not freelance and very, very, very full-time. So what I've done and I've decided to do is embark on a learning adventure. And I figured, well, I'm sure there's other people out there like me who want to know how can they make some money, a side hustle, working from home, and what can you do? Now I'm in tech right now. Actually, I am a web developer. I work with Drupal, but right now I've moved into more of a project management position. I still keep up with the framework and how it works, but I don't do a lot of coding. I don't do a lot of dev work anymore. I don't build sites very much. So I'm a little bit out of touch. I keep in touch, but I'm rusty. My skills are rusty. If I was to try to go out and find a new job with the type of work that I do now, which is very, very specialized to the company that I work for, and if I was to try to find a new job like what I'm doing in the area I work in, it would be like finding a needle in a haystack. The work I do is so specialized. I work a lot with Google Analytics too, but in a different capacity than Google Analytics is intended to work. So I know just enough to be dangerous with Google Analytics. Google Analytics is just dangerous already. It's an adventure all of its own. But so it would be hard for me to enter the workforce and try to find the level of work and income that I'm making now, doing what I'm doing now, because it's highly specialized. Specialized in the way that it's customized to the company I work for, not that it's specialized like I'm some sort of expert or people are looking for this very niche work, but probably not. Anyway, it would be very hard for me to find a full-time job given the situation I am in now. So I need to go in a new direction. I do like tech, and I'm very comfortable learning new things. So I think I'm going to keep going in that direction. And what direction is that? Well, we know it's AI. You gotta jump on the train or you're going to get left behind. That's what I have to say. So, but there's a lot of opportunity for people to embrace AI as a side hustle, extra work, secondary career, that type of thing, even if you don't know a lot. There's so many different aspects, avenues, levels of things that you can do. So I've been exploring a lot of the different options, trying out a gazillion apps, watching 2 gazillion videos, doing a lot of test projects, and working with all kinds of things that I've heard about, but I didn't know how to use, and I'm trying to figure out. So I'm going to use that knowledge, that very little bit of knowledge that I've gained, and try to share it out with other people who might want to do the same thing, but maybe don't know who like me, don't know where to start. What does all this mean? What are these apps? What are they used for? How will I use it? How can I even make a little bit of money without having to go get a 4-year education in how all this? I don't want to spend so much time learning that I don't have any time for earning. Maybe I should put that on a t-shirt. Earn when you learn. That's right. That's on-the-job training, right? So, anyway, I will be coming back and giving not so much reviews, but my feedback and my experience and my thoughts on some of the videos that I've seen. And if I have tried anything that it outlines in the video, I'll share what I tried and things that I actually came upon that, oh no, this didn't make any sense. Or they said it was that easy and it wasn't. They said it was going to take 30 minutes. It took 4 days. Or I'll say, oh, you know what? They said it was going to be that easy. And these instructions are so clear that it did work the way they said. So if you want to do this, go check out that video. So not a review so much, but as a how I felt about it type of scenario. Feedback. Anyway, so I'm getting those all put together, and I will be coming back, I would say at least twice a week with a new video on something that I've learned, something that I've tried, and ways that maybe other people can try or learn or say, oh, I'm interested in that. And then also, the other part of it, there's so much jargon. I just watched a video about vibe coding. I watched an hour and a half video. I still don't know what vibe coding is. But I learned a lot in that video and some things that I can do. And so now, as a result, I am going to try to build my own app for tracking my home dialysis records. Because I have to do that 4 times a day, and I have to say, how much fluid did I take out? How much did I put in? I had to take blood pressure, glucose levels, temperature every day, weight, all this stuff, like my own little nurse. I'm my own little nurse. And to keep track of that. And so here's my notebook. And here's pages after pages after pages. And before I switch to my notebook, I have all of this stuff that I've been keeping track of all my stats daily. I've been doing it for a year. Well, no, probably 8 months, and there's all that. And I'm thinking it's going to be several years that I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to have stacks of notebooks this tall. So, and then my doctor wants to see it every now and then. So I'm going to create my own app on how to track all that stuff, and I just put it in my phone. Or I'll make it so I can do it on a website, online on a computer as well. And I just watched a video tonight. I went to In-N-Out, had a double and fries and a large 7-Up. And I sat in my car and I watched this video and I learned how to create an app. Well, I learned how somebody else created an app. So now I have to figure out how I can create that app. So the guy talked about vibe coding, Airtable, VO, Replit, SAS, all of these things. I know a little bit about SAS. But all these other things, I don't know. So now I've got to go and check out all those apps that he was talking about and see what I really need to know. So I can put this together and then create my own app. So I have to go on that adventure. So this guy, he actually did it in the video. And it was live. So he probably created that app in actually 30 minutes. But for me, I have to learn every single one of those apps that he talked about, what they are, and do I really need it, and how do I use it? Because he already knew how to use it. So it's not going to take me 30 minutes. It'll probably take me a couple of days. Because then I have to go find all the videos and learn all that stuff and see just how hard it is. Then I can come back and I can say, here's the video that led to everything. These are the other videos that I watched that were related to this. Here's the app that I tried to create. And if I'm lucky at the end, I'll say, here's my app. And if you are on home dialysis, I can share it with you. Not hemodialysis. This is, you see the bags. It's CAPD. Anyway, so this is going to be my new adventure. Find out about what I want to learn, see what's related, learn all the things that are related, and see if that's actually going to be 1, my cup of tea, 2, do I want to spend the time doing this, and 3, is this marketable? Is this going to be a skill that I can use to earn? Because there are a lot of things that I like to do just for the fun of it. Like, this is going to sound weird, but I recently changed the faucet in my kitchen. It took me a whole weekend. A plumber probably would have taken less than an hour. But I got into it and I wanted to see if I could do it. So watched tons of videos and bought tons of tools and didn't tons of tools, maybe 3 or 4 tools that I didn't have. And, but in the end, I changed the faucet. I changed the faucet myself and it was leaking, but it's not now. Much, I think. Anyway, faucet story is a whole nother story. But so I like to learn things for the sake of learning it. And then I have to decide, am I going to want to learn how to do these things because I like to learn how to use these things and maybe play with it every now and then? Or is this something I'm really going to be able to use and supplement my income and create a second stream of income to help me survive? I don't know. And am I going to like it long term? Do I need to fall back on something else? But the way things are changing these days and improving like that, so fast. So I watch 2 or 3 videos on this tech stuff a day, and so many things come up that I've never heard of. So then I've got to go for each. I watch one video. It mentions 5 things that I've never heard of. For each one of those 5 things, I go and watch 3 or 4 more new videos so that I can learn about what it is I'm learning about. And then in those 3 or 4 or 5 new videos, learning about what I don't know, I learn about something else that I don't know. And now I've got to go watch another set of 3 to 5 videos related to that, and then that, and then that. So it's like a rabbit hole that I'm going. But I like to learn. I like to try new things. And I like to investigate. And at the end, I can say, ooh, I did it. I don't need to do it anymore. I tried it. We came, we saw, we went. Wait, how does that go? We went, we saw, we conquered, whatever. Anyway. Then I can decide what I want to do. But how am I going to know if I don't try it? And how am I going to try it if I don't learn about it? And how am I going to learn about it if I don't know what it is that I need to learn? So this is an exciting adventure. Keep my brain fresh. And hopefully I can leave my job in maybe 2 years and already have something to fall back on that I'm really comfortable about. And then I can share my wisdom or my failures, more likely, with other people who are curious and want to go the same route and not sure which way to start and how to learn, and or maybe might be a little bit intimidated by some of this tech stuff that we don't know anything about. So, all that to say, I'm embarking on a new adventure, and I will be coming back with some other videos and my feedback and my experience and things that I've tried, and maybe some tutorials of my own, some cheat sheets, and we can keep track of what we've watched, what we've learned, what we've tried. Maybe I should make an app for that too. There's an idea. That's a really good idea. One app I'm learning about is Notion. Have you tried Notion? It's like Google and Slack and Google Calendars and Gmail, all rolled into one. But it's kind of confusing. So I'm learning that as I go along. But anyway, I digress. So this is the adventure that I'm on. And I'll be coming back 2 or 3 times a week with something that I've watched, and I'm going to either start trying to learn or that I've already tried, and to see if it's worked and how much my hair that I've had to pull out to see if I can do it. And if you have anything that you're curious about, that you want to know, or an app that you've tried and you're stuck on, and you say, oh, if I had somebody to talk to about this, let me know. Because maybe I've tried it. Maybe I've tried the app, or I could take a look at it and I can say, oh, yes, this is what I've experienced, and this is what I know, or whatever. So, and then we can work together, or we can share hints, that kind of thing. And then one of the big questions that got me here is, and then I put this in ChatGPT, and so maybe you can too, is how can I find entry-level, low-barrier entry to AI-related part-time side hustle work for people who don't know anything about AI? I got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of suggestions. And so now I'm off to the races and getting figuring all this stuff out. This is really my element. This is what I really like to do. I like the challenge of it. I like the adventure. I like to set goals for myself, and I love learning new things. And then, you know what's really hard for me? I can learn, I can study, I can pick up things really quick, but the creative part is how to take all that information and all that knowledge and put it into something that I can make something of it. Like I can buy brush and paint and paper and canvas and all that stuff. And I know that you push paint on the brush and you dip the brush in the paint and put the paint on the canvas. That's as far as I know. But how to make a picture of a bird or a tree or a dog or whatever, I have no artistic ability. So the creativity part of my brain cuts off. Really good with the learning, not so much the creativity. So the hard part is for me is how can I turn this knowledge into creative way to make money? Anyway, I'm going to figure that out too. So leave a comment if you have these same sort of questions, or if there's anything that you've tried, or tutorials that you want to recommend, or just any ideas related to this. And then we'll see how it goes. And I'll be back soon with my first review. Maybe my first review will be about that site. I mean, that YouTube video that I just watched today while I was in it and out. And that has led me to believe that I can create an app to track my dialysis activity. Yes, that will be my first review, and I will try to make an app. He made it in 30 minutes. Maybe I can make it in 3 days or less. We'll see. Go, mama. Okay. I looked up vibe coding. I mean, that wasn't very hard. I just put it in Google and I found it. So what vibe coding is a term coined by Andrei Karpathy in February 25 to describe a coding approach that relies on large language models to generate code based on natural language prompts. Basically, instead of writing code manually, a programmer describes what they want and has AI generated. That makes sense. AI code doesn't sound as cool as vibe coding. And then it says, this is the key part. This method allows even amateur programmers to produce software without extensive training and skills required for traditional software engineering. So it says, the concept of vibe coding is part of a broader trend where AI is fundamentally changing how software is built, enabling faster prototyping, yada, yada, yada. So that's right up my alley, and that's just what I got to learn. So next time somebody asks me what I'm doing, I'll say, oh, I'm vibe coding. I'm using ChatGPT to write programs. No, vibe coding sounds so much cooler. Anyway, and I wanted to say a quick mention about my dialysis tracking app. I'm sure that there are other apps out there. I did find one that kind of was what I wanted, but not exactly. I didn't end up using it. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter if somebody's already created what it is that I'm going to create, because this is a project to see if I can learn how to do it. And then maybe it's a little bit different, and then maybe I'm comfortable with using that. So that really doesn't matter, that maybe there's already something out there. But this gives me a goal to shoot for. You put that target out there, and by golly, I'm going to hit it. And so, anyway, just wanted to mention that about the dialysis tracking app, because it's probably out there, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to create one that fits me and that I can learn how to do it. So anyway, just wanted to add those notes about those things. And all this time I did my exchange while we are sitting here yakking. And now I am going to learn about how to make videos, reviewing videos. Another video that I need to watch. Go, Mama.